Well, major red alert to share with you guys today, and quite frankly, some very disturbing information that I have to share with you today. And that is this: if you have ever been in an emergency situation, and hopefully you have not been, but if you have, then you likely picked up the phone and dialed 911 to get the help that you so desperately needed. And chances are somebody came to the scene and helped you with whatever issue or problem or emergency that you had. Well, now, thanks to the Biden administration's policies, and more specifically, Biden inflation and Biden's gas prices, well, now emergency services are having to cut back on some of those responses to those 911 calls. In other words, emergency services, including ambulances and police departments and even some volunteer fire departments, are having to decide which 911 calls are more important to respond to and which ones are not. And some of these services are getting cut. If they can handle it by the phone, then they're handling it by the phone. Take a listen.
The high cost of fuel isn't just making your commute more expensive. It's also forcing emergency responders in smaller communities to cut costs. For some, it means not responding to non-emergency calls. For others, cutting back on patrols, building inspections, and training courses for staff. Today, the average cost of a gallon of regular gas in the U.S. at a whopping $5. That price tag expected to climb further in the summer months. The surge impacting larger emergency response departments too, but not in the same way. I spoke with departments across the country who told me they're already having to or will have to make big sacrifices to offset the cost of gas.
Gas prices are so high, the Isabella County Sheriff's Office here says they've actually blown through their fuel budget already, so they will respond to some non-emergency calls by phone, try to resolve those issues by phone.
Unfortunately, in cities all across America, people are calling in with non-emergency phone calls, which, by the way, can sometimes turn into emergencies later. But unfortunately, due to the Biden administration's gas prices, they are not getting a direct response if it's under the category of non-emergency. Now, those aren't the only cities that this is happening in. Here's just a few other cities here I want to show you. Take a look here. KWWL.com rural ambulance services in Iowa are straining under spiked gas prices. We also have EMS1.com. EMS agencies struggle as fuel prices continue to rise nationwide, and this is in Granbury Hood County EMS in Texas. We also have CBSNews.com. High gas prices posing challenges for ambulance services, and you can see this one there in Pittsburgh. We also have Dayton247now.com. This is Dayton, Ohio. Rising fuel costs impact ambulance services. Industry calls for relief. Also, other areas in Ohio are suffering as well. Here we have how gas prices are impacting emergency crews. This is in Rossford and Bowling Green there in Ohio. So as you can see, this stretches from Texas to Ohio to Michigan to Colorado to Illinois and more. And unfortunately, since there doesn't seem any end in sight for Biden's gas price hikes, then I do believe that we could have more services taken away. And God forbid that happens if they have to start saying, okay, we can respond to this emergency, but we might have to wait on this emergency. And that may not be happening at this level. I think right now they're just cutting back on non-emergencies. However, I fear in the future, if we continue on the path that we are on, which we will as long as Biden is in office, then things could look very destructive. They could look a lot like what's happening right now in communist Venezuela. Since 2019, I believe that a lot of the emergency services had to pick and choose what emergency services to render. And you know what, police, this is happening with our police departments too here in the U.S. Take a look, Fox News, Michigan, soaring gas prices forces sheriff to cut response to non-urgent calls and deputies work by phone. We also have here WXIN TV, Indianapolis, Central Indiana police agencies taking more reports over phone to save on gas. Here's another one here, Allegiance Sheriff, other police cutting back in response due to gas prices. So as you can see, they are absolutely cutting back, and also some volunteer fire departments. This is the first one that I've heard of, and there may be more. This is Fox 8. Piedmont Volunteer Fire Department cuts back on response due to rising fuel prices. Obviously, these are very important people to the American public. And what does Biden do in the middle of all of this? He says, don't worry. Sometimes it takes a crisis, and we have to go to a crisis to get to our green agenda. And I'm paraphrasing here, but he said it multiple times that we have to suffer, or it's okay to suffer in the name of, well, going green, getting those electric vehicles, converting to solar and wind. This is all a part of his agenda. I've stated from the beginning that I believe this entire thing is being done on purpose. By the way, you want more information on that? Get to Restrictive Republic. I can't stress this enough. And right now, I'm going to give you for an entire year, the first year, for half off the entire year. Use the coupon code half off, and that'll give you a 50% discount on the annual rate there. And that amounts to up to $3 and some change. But you've got to sign up for the annual, and it's about $40 for the annual rate there for that first year. But I literally make little to none. But at Restrictive Republic, I can't tell you, I've got so many important videos that you absolutely have to see. Get to Restrictive Republic if you want to know the truth, and check it out there. But anyhow, I have said so many times that the Biden administration is doing this on purpose, and now he's being very clear about it. In fact, I feel as if they are rubbing it in our face over and over and over again, because they know that they're going to lose later, but they just don't care. I think, unfortunately, the Democrats have a devious trick up their sleeve. And I really hope that Americans start waking up en masse more and more. And the good news is I do feel like that is happening. But with that, please don't forget to check out my brand new partner, Toodaloo, at GoNutsWithLisa.com. You guys are absolutely going to love this snack. It's a superfood, non-GMO. It's healthy, plant-based, gluten-free, all that you can ask for. No refined sugars added in this, and no refined oils either. But it comes in multiple flavors. We've got maple here. We've got chocolate here, one of my favorites. We've got citrus, spicy mix, and barbecue. This thing absolutely knocks trail mix out of the ballpark here. But let me show you. This is the spicy citrus. You can see what this looks like here, but it's an amazing snack, and it tastes it's so good, but it's a superfood. It gives you energy. Right now, you can check it out at GoNutsWithLisa.com. They've got a 60-day money-back guarantee. And right now, you can get up to 20% off the product. Amazing, amazing stuff. So check it out there. Excuse me, it's so good. But take advantage of the special offer and give them a try. You will not be disappointed. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.